what's up? Good morning, afternoon, good evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Who is the first person that just logged in? Go ahead and type in your name or say hello once you log in. I want to see who we have and where you're coming in from. What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me okay? What's up? Akshay, Daudia, nice to meet you. Good to see you. Awesome. We already have 88 people on, 100 people on. Very good. Wow. Make sure that you're liking the button and make sure you hit notifications so you can get notified whenever I go live. What's up, Brian? How are you? Jay, what's going on? Brian from San Jose. Michael Allen from Ohio. Shahan, what's going on? Montana, what up? Montana Red. Daniel Carrera, what's going on? Latif, ready for Tennessee, bro. See you in March. George Rivera, how are you, buddy? Beatriz, how are you? All the way from España. Very good, very good. Thank you guys for jumping on. If you guys had a great weekend, go ahead and comment with a thumbs up. Let me see a thumbs up if you had a great weekend. What's up, Brian Baker? Darian, what's going on, man? You ready to present? If you need help with a three-way closing call, let me know. Sonny, what's going on? Christine, what's going on? Let me see those thumbs up, guys. Let me see those thumbs up. If you had a great weekend, give me a thumbs up. Umar, what's up? Brisbane, all the way. Nath saying, good to meet you, man. Thanks for jumping on. Gemma. Alexis Gonzalez, all the way from Bakersfield, California. Very good. Awesome. There we go. Let me see those thumbs up, guys. Christine. Awesome. Very good. And make sure you're sharing the feed. Tag some of your people on here. We want to get as many people as possible in the next 30 seconds before I get started. What's up, Marsha? Good afternoon from San Diego. Layla, how are you? All the way from Toronto. Good to see you. Aman. Tony Baguetta. What's up, legend? Ganesh, all the way from Texas. Reese, what's going on, brother? Stacy Lester, how's it going? Cecilia Bean Kane from New Jersey. Are you related to Mike Kane? Slimane. Daniel, Rochester in the building. Michael. Karina, how are you, Karina? How's everything going? San Diego Boss Inc. What up, Dean? Dean Tirali? All right. We're about to get started, guys. It's the end of the month. It's the last 48 hours of the month. And just know, this is where momentum is created, right? We're going to get into it. I got some really, really good tips. So just make sure that you're hitting the like button. We want to get as many likes as possible. Many likes as possible. Let me know where you're coming in from. Say, go ahead and type your city. Yeah, Karina's ready for a record-breaking month. What's up, Felissa? What's going on? What's up, Efren? How are you? Very good. Let's get that six-pack. We're almost there. Not quite. Not quite. Had some pizza last night. Woo! And I'm not feeling too good today, so I couldn't hit the gym. How many of you guys work out every day? Do you guys go to the gym? Who goes to the gym? Yeah, you do? Anybody go to the gym? I know Efren goes to the gym. Saw him deadlifting 1,000 pounds the other day. Olivia from Illinois. Here's my brother, Arjia Jordan. Make sure you check out his Facebook Live. He just dropped some powerful wisdom. He's in a different company, but the principles are still the same. Fort Lauderdale. Are you from Fort Lauderdale? You go to the gym? Baltimore. Ardria. You go to the gym daily? That's good, man. When you come down here for the Burt event, we're going to go hit the gym, do some CrossFit. What's up, Peter Moore? 200 customer point champion. Christine, you do boot camp? That's what I'm talking about. George, you go every day, even on Sundays? But you can't go Saturday morning. We got Saturday training, right? So we got to go to the ACN gym, not the regular gym. What's up, Minnie from XS SoCal? Woo woo! Mace, look at you, all over the place. Cleveland, Ohio, Fort Lauderdale. I know, I should put my seatbelt on, right? You're right. You're right. You're right. I live on the edge sometimes. Beast mode. You guys ready? I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get started right now. If you guys are ready, go ahead and type up. Go ahead and type in the word beast mode. I gotta see at least 20 beast mode comments before I can get started, because I got some wisdom for you guys here today that's gonna help you explode your business. But I gotta make sure you guys are ready. I gotta make sure you guys are serious. I gotta know that you know that you're ready to get this information, because I want to give you some tips that's gonna have you guys explode your business in the next 24 to 48 hours. So go ahead and comment beast mode. Beast mode. I see 1 beast mode. I need 25 more. Let's go. 2 beast modes. Let's do this. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go. Daniel, let's go. Beast mode. Keep hitting the like button. Don't stop hitting the like button the entire time. The entire feed, you got to keep hitting the like button, because if we stop getting the likes, then I'm going to stop the feed, guys. So as long as you keep liking, I'm going to keep talking. There we go, Josh. Yasmin, Minnie. All right. I think we're ready to go into beast mode. So let's get this party started. First thing you got to realize, guys, is that what business are we in? We are in the business of creating massive momentum, right? And what creates momentum? A lot of new and excited people following the system and getting results. Keywords: a lot of new and excited people. So the key is, right now, in the last 48 hours, it's very easy to create excitement, because we're closing out January. And if you're in the same opportunities I am, you know that this month we have an insane quick start bonus. Anyone who gets started acquires 20 points, whether it's personally or through their team, they can earn a $500 bonus. So that's going to be permanently removed off the table come February 1st. So when it comes to creating excitement, sharing that incentive bonus with people will get them to want to take action right now versus later. So understanding that closing the end of the month is more of an attitude and a mindset than it is a skill set. Because the problem is, here's what it is. We all do ACN. We all do our business daily, weekly, monthly. We're talking to people. We're showing the plan. We're promoting events. We're launching business. We're doing the business over the course of a month. But the mindset you've got to have, if you want to create an explosion, is your mindset has to go like this. Take what you do in a 30-day window, that same level of intensity, that same level of activity, what you do in 30 days, and ask yourself, how can you do what you did in the last 30 days in the next 2 days? How can you do that in the next 24 to 48 hours? Because if you just take the same activity, presenting, launching, closing, promoting events, 3-way calls, peaking interest, if you take what you did in 30 days and compressed it into a 1 to 2 day window, that would lead to massive breakthrough results. Trust me, I remember working with people in the group. When I was in Florida 2-3 years ago, I had some people in the group that all month long, they'd be doing the business part-time, and they'd have maybe 5 to 10 new IBOs in their group. 5 to 10 all month, right? They've been doing PBRs every week, Saturday trainings, whatever. They only have 5 to 10 reps in for the month. But then in the last 48 hours, we would begin this conversation, begin shifting our mindset, creating a sense of urgency, and they would literally triple or even quadruple their production just in the last 48 hours. And it wasn't that they learned a new skill set. It wasn't that they did anything different other than taking the time frame and condensing it. So here's the bottom line, guys. The next 24 to 48 hours, you got to be focused. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. You got to have a set target and a set goal of what you want to achieve for this month. So if you're an ETT, executive team trainer, what's your production closeout goal? Is it 1 new IBO, 3 new IBOs, 5 IBOs? If you're an ETL or team coordinator, what's your end of the month production goal? Forget the whole month. We'll look at that later on. But for the next 24 to 48 hours, you've got to set a goal of how many new business partners you want to enroll into your business. And so here's the number we want to play with: 10. What would it take for you to enroll 10 new people into your organization in the next 24 to 48 hours before the end of the month? What would it take? Now, some people might look at that and say, oh my God, that's crazy. What's up, Massimo from Toronto? They might say, how can I get 10 people in for the month? That's crazy. How can I do that in the next 48 hours? That's impossible. I've been working all month and I don't even have 10 people in. Again, we're going to shift your mindset today. I'm going to give you some powerful tips that'll help you have a breakthrough. And so here's what you got to understand. Closing 10 new IBOs in the next 24 to 48 hours boils down to one thing: closing conversations. Closing conversations, right? Hashtag CC, closing conversations. Because if you're having closing conversations, eventually those conversations will close somebody. And so if your goal is to close 10 IBOs, it's just a numbers game. What it boils down to is how many closing conversations are you having over the next 48 hours? Here's what we know. The average is 20 to 30% of people you show the business to get involved. So if you show to 10 people, you present the business to 10 people and have 10 closing conversations, you will enroll at least 2 to 3 people, period, guaranteed. So if that's the number, then we can take that number and scale it up a notch to go from having 10 closing conversations and closing 2 people to maybe closing or maybe having 50 closing conversations and as a result closing 10 new people. So understand, if you want to close more people, you just got to increase the amount of closing conversations that are being had. Now, a closing conversation is not an invitation. A closing conversation is not a peak. A closing conversation is a conversation that you have with someone after they've already seen the business. So what that boils down to in the next 24 to 48 hours, if you want to close 10 new IBOs, then you've got to have conversations with people who've already seen the business. Either they're seeing it in the next 48 hours or they've already seen it over the last 30 days, and now you need to have a follow-up conversation with them to basically #CC them, closing conversation them, right? And so here's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna give you some tips right now. Now that we understand the mindset, we gotta have closing conversations, not presentations, not piquing interest, not inviting people, but the conversation that happens after a presentation. Remember, a presentation is just designed to inform somebody, but a closing conversation is designed to enroll somebody, where you handle the objections, remove their fear, remove their concern, create value, help them understand that ASIN is a solution to whatever problem they have. That's a closing conversation. So here's some quick tips that I'm going to give you guys. It's going to help you guarantee blow your business up as we close out the next 24 to 48 hours. First step, everybody should have a BYML. What's a BYML? Everybody should always be building their money list. What is your money list? Your money list is your follow-up list of all the prospects you've showed this business to over the last 30 to 60 days. Meaning every prospect I'm getting in front of, every person I meet, I'm actually, if they're a green apple to red apple, we're having conversations, I'm writing all their information down and I'm keeping in touch with them. So that way, by the end of the month, I'm following up with all these people. Because I'm building my money list. So at the end of the month, I'm able to follow up with them and have closing conversations with these people. Whether they sign up on the spot or not doesn't matter, because I understand that the fortune's in the follow-up. So building your money list basically means filling up your pipeline. So the more prospects you have coming through your pipeline over a 30-day window will give you a greater possibility in terms of the number of closing conversations you can have at the end of the month. The next thing you guys want to understand too is, as you are building up your money list and you're following up with these people, and of course the people you're talking to between today and tomorrow, here's what you also need to do. You've got to enroll your organization. Who are you working with, your ETTs and ETLs, and what are their goals? By having the number focus, maybe your ETT, their focus is 3 new IBOs or 5 new IBOs. By enrolling your leaders, the people you're working with, into a goal, you're now going to be able to work together with them to be able to have closing conversations. So here's exactly what I'm doing. I got a group right now that we're working with in Iowa, as well as in New Jersey, as well as in Texas and Colorado and California and Atlanta and Tennessee. And my goal with this group, and it's all brand new groups, all open line TC, right? There's no TCs in the mix. So I only have ETTs in there, maybe an ETL in there. But my whole focus is to have all of them exposing the business and then getting me on the phone with all their people so I can have the closing conversations. So what does that mean? So, for instance, the people in Iowa, our goal with them is to be able to enroll at least 5 to 10 new people over the next 24 hours. The goal for New Jersey is another 2 to 3 people. The goal for Colorado is another 5 people. The goal for Texas is another 2 to 3 people. So the ETTs and ETLs have their goal of what they want to achieve. Why? Because they're going to make money. It's also going to help them hit their next position, their next promotion, ETL, right? So they're focused on a goal. And now they're motivated to put in their part, and I can work with them to help them achieve that goal. So what they're doing is they're exposing the business, right? And then getting me on the phone to have closing conversations. Now, when it comes to exposing the business, I know a lot of people, especially at the end of the month, the reason why you're not closing more business is because it's taking too long for you to expose people. It's taking you a day or 2 or 3 to get in front of a prospect. Let me explain something. At the end of the month, you just got to go beast mode. Forget about the proper setup. Forget about meeting a person, at the Starbucks or whatever it is. You don't have time for that. In fact, one of my partners today had called me to set up a meeting with a prospect that we had tried sitting down with last week. And here's what I said to the guy. I said this to my team core. I said, listen, has he seen the business? He goes, yes. How long ago did he see the business? He goes, 4 years ago. I said, okay, perfect. Were we supposed to meet with him last week? Yes. And he canceled on us. Yes. Okay. We don't have time to sit down with him. We don't have time for that. Get me on the phone with him right now. And so here's what we did. Well, all we did, we got a phone call. I talked to him. I said, hey, you saw the business. What'd you like about it? How come we didn't get started right then and there? He goes, timing. I said, no problem. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you the business plan really quick, the updated business plan. It's a 15-minute video. Watch it. I'm going to call you back, and then we're going to get the ball rolling right away. So here's what we did. Instead of me wasting time and waiting a whole day to get in front of him, all I did was send him the ACN business plan, 15minutes.biz. He watched the 15-minute presentation. I called him back and said, hey, did you finish watching the video? Did it make sense? He's like, sure did. Do you see an opportunity for yourself? Yeah. So do you want to make a little bit of money or a lot of money? He goes, a lot of money. Great. Let's get the paperwork out the way, and boom, signed him up. So what just happened here? Instead of me wasting time giving 1 hour to sit with someone to show one person the business, without me even having to waste my time, he watched the business plan, got on the phone with me afterwards, had a closing conversation, done deal. So what this means is, tonight I'm doing PBRs. I have 2 PBRs lined up, both of which got 20-30 confirmed. But there are also people that I can't get in front of. There's also people my leaders can't get in front of. There are also people who can't make it tonight. But instead of waiting for these people or losing these people, we're just going to have them watch the business plan online. Have them watch 15minutes.biz. They get to hear from Tony Kupas. And then from there, we get those people on a 3-way call or FaceTime. And then we have closing conversations. So that allows you to scale up and scale out. So you're not building a business dependent on the number of leaders. You're not dependent on the number of leaders you have, because now you're using the tools to expose people on your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to ask yourself, how can you put in 100 reps whether you're there or not? How could you have an organization growing whether you're there or not? And the only way you can do that is by utilizing the tools. So that's one quick tip I wanted to give you guys. Leveraging the videos, the business plan that Mr. Kupas put in place. And if you're in Europe, it's Mr. Michael Kupas. We're building a team in Switzerland too, doing the same thing. Just push and play, having them watch the video. Then after that, boom, closing conversations, right? Now, other tips I can give you guys when it comes to closing out the end of the month, some strategies, right? Leveraging applications. You know, right now, we got a gentleman, this guy's on fire. He's killing the business. Over the last 48 hours, he's enrolled 2 new IBOs, right, for one of his up-and-coming leaders or whatever. But here's what he said. He goes, hey, Mr. Knowles, you know, I got 2 IBOs ready to go, but what we're going to do today is I'm making 100 phone calls to all the people we've showed this business to, because we want to leverage those people into the business with these new IBOs. So what that means is, if you get someone into business, don't just put them in right away. See who else you can follow up with to leverage them into the organization. Let me give an example of a leverage-based conversation. Hey, Deanna, how's everything going?
Great.
Great. I know we showed you the business earlier this week. You had an interest. I know your concern was money. You didn't have the money, or you didn't have the time, or whatever the excuse was. But here's the bottom line. Let me just ask you this question. Why do you want to make more money? Oh, you want to be able to retire your mom, you want to be able to pay off your college. Okay, great. So you want to be able to retire your mom and pay off your college, and the only thing holding you back from getting started in ACN was maybe the initial investment. Is that right? Right. Okay, so if we could show you how to make your money back within your first couple weeks into business, would that be a good thing or bad thing? That'll be a great thing. So what I do right there and then is I'll take out my iPad if I'm with them in person. If not, if I'm over the phone, and all I do is explain to them, this is you, go get your 3 services, go get your 2 people on your team. They get their 3 services, you make $500. So I explained that to them, and here's what I said. I say, listen, you're going to get your 3 services because you already have them. You already have a cell phone. You already have the Back Office Pro. You're going to already get the other internet service once we launch it. That's easy. And then it comes down to building your team of 2. And I'm going to help you do that. All you got to do is invite people to come see the information. We do the rest. But here's what I'm going to do for you, Deanna. If you get started today, I already have your first business partner in place. We already have their paperwork. They're ready to go. In fact, here we go. We already got the paperwork. They're ready to go. You get started. We're going to place them underneath you right away, so you could already be halfway to ETT, halfway to making a $500 bonus. How does that sound to you? And by the way, worst case scenario, if in 10 days you change your mind, you can get your money back. We have a full refund cancellation policy. Why? Why do I tell people that? Because the only reason why people don't sign up is because they're afraid. They're scared, and they have fear, and they don't understand everything, and they get overwhelmed, and they're like, I don't know if I can do anything because I don't know anything. I got to figure things out. I got to sleep on it. I got to pray on it. So my job is just to remove all the nonsense and get straight to it and be like, hey, if you follow what I tell you to do, guarantee it's going to work. And if you remember my video, maybe 3 or 4 videos ago, the 8 powerful words you can say to enroll anybody is, I'll take you where you want to go. So ladies and gentlemen, leveraging other people's applications are a major key. Right now, I'm getting all my group that I'm working with, I'm telling them, hey, you get an IBO, understand 1 does not equal 1. 1 equals 3, 3 equals 5, 5 equals 10, 10 can equal 50 to 100. So understanding that mentality of not just putting in an IBO, but using that to leverage other people in, it's going to be major key. The other tool at hand is fear of loss, FOL. Fear of loss, seeing people to take action. Because understand that we're part of the biggest nation in the world, and that's called procrastination. Everybody wants to wait last minute. So what you've got to get great at that is being able to get people fired up by what they stand to lose more so than what they stand to gain. Now, some people might say, oh, is that manipulative? Is that out of integrity? Let me tell you something. I went to the Apple store when they launched a brand new iPhone. And guess what they did? They fear lost the entire city of Miami. They fear lost everybody in Miami. Because here's what they said. They said, hey, we have limited cell phones available. First come, first serve. And we're going to be out of stock. And if you don't get it now, you're going to have to wait 30, 60 days before you can get it. So Apple just fear of lost everybody in Miami about an iPhone 7 for a cell phone. So if Apple can do it, why can't we do that with our opportunity? Because the fact of the matter is, if she doesn't get started right now, she's going to miss out on that one IBO. If she doesn't get started right now, she's going to miss out on the $500 incentive bonus. If she doesn't get started right now, she's going to be missing out on capitalizing off the momentum we're creating going into February. So understand, fear of loss is not a bad thing. It's an important thing. Why? Because human beings operate the same way. They're full of excuses and they have a lot of fear. So the way you get them to overcome that is by pushing that button, that fear of loss button, to say, boom, what do you got to lose? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. But if you don't get started right now, you're going to be missing out on this opportunity. So using fear of loss is a powerful, powerful tool. The third powerful tool, guys, top 3 spots. Top 3 spots. Now, I know some organizations do this, some organizations don't. I use it all the time. So, for instance, I was at a PBR yesterday. Last night, it was crazy, right? It was so many people, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I had to do like 2 different presentations because people just kept coming in. But it was so funny because here's what happened. As I was presenting the business, there were some people there who were like, you know, it's not for me. I already saw this like 2 years ago. Sorry about that. I just got a phone call. Closing conversations. Oh, I saw us with some other people and whatever. It didn't work for them, and they're not making money, so I don't want to do the business. And I said, so wait a minute, John, you saw this business 2 years ago? And he's like, yeah. I said, do you see this room? How many people are in this room? He goes, 30. I said, so you saw this 2 years ago. You're here again in a room with 30 of your friends. My internet is messed up. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? If you can hear me okay, just say yes. Are we on? Do I not have internet?
No, you're live.
Yeah, am I still live? Okay, cool. Wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, closing the month strong is so important. And here's why, as I wrap it up with this, guys. Here's why. The most important part of the month is the end of the month and the start of the month. End of the month and start of the month. How you end the month determines how you start the month. See, everybody has this mindset that if I just work really hard at the end of the month, then the first month I can take my foot off the gas and just chill and relax. Wrong. You want to have a head start. In my opinion, the start of the month is the most important part of the month, but guess what? So is the end of the month, because they work together. So if you're closing massive business these next 24 to 48 hours, here's what's going to happen. You close business 24, 48 hours, close 5, 10, 15 apps. That's a lot of people in a short window of time that all need to do what? They all got to get qualified, and they all need to have PBRs. So what's going to occur? Pay attention to this part now. Pay attention. Here's the science behind it. The last 2 days of the month, you close 5, 10, 15 apps in your group. You have the following week to do what? Get everybody qualified, have everyone do PBRs. So if you have, let's say, 5 people that all get qualified, is someone going to hit ETT? Yes. Is someone going to make money? Yes. Now, if every person has a PBR this week, let's say they all do at least 2 PBRs, that's 10 new PBRs first week of the month. If you have an average closing skill set, you'll close at least 1 IBO per PBR. So if you have 5 people doing 2 PBRs each the first week, that's 10 PBRs week 1. Closing an average of 1 rep at each PBR, that's 10 new IBOs for that first week of the month. So now you have 10 new partners to do what? That second week with, what are you going to do? Double it. Third week, what are you going to do? Double it again. Before you know it, the end of the month of February is going to be out of control. So the problem with most people is they create momentum at the middle of the month and to the end of the month. But what you got to understand that it's at the end and the beginning that's going to set you up for an explosive next 30 days, ladies and gentlemen. This business is nothing but a sport, in my opinion. It is a game. And when you begin to understand that it's a game and there's a technique and strategy behind maximizing momentum, you're going to win. Any single person that's committed to just grinding and doing what you have to do, you can produce results. Don't think just because someone's a senior vice president or regional vice president or they've made all this money that that's why they're able to produce results at a higher level. Does it help? Yes. And here's why. Because they have a higher level of confidence. But understand that if you can say what they say, if you can do what they do, meaning pack out your schedule just like them, present every single day just like them, close people just like them, if you just mirror and emulate what the top players are doing, it's just a matter of time before you're going to experience the same level of results. It's not about luck in this game, and that's why I love ACN. That's why I love what we do, because it's truly a business that's for anybody and everybody, regardless of background, regardless of age. As long as you just learn the skill set and apply the action, you can go out there and produce massive, massive results. And so the last thing, guys, like I talked about, closing the month, starting the month. Now, how are you going to begin getting your momentum cranking for the month of February? I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I've already gone over my time and I got to head into a meeting right now. But I just want to let you know that historically, for my business, February and March are always the biggest months in momentum, period. So there's a reason why that most, for me personally, I started getting really aggressive with my business the last 90 days of the year. Oh, it froze. Is it frozen, guys? Can you guys hear me okay? Are we still on? Are we still on? I think we froze. Did we freeze? Karina, are we good? Okay, so I'm not gonna spend too much time more, but here's the bottom line. February and March is harvest season. You start grinding October, November, December, you may not see a lot of results. January, you begin to start seeing it pop a little bit, but come February, March, that's when it begins to just rip and get crazy. And so for those of you who are in South Florida, this weekend we have the president, Mr. Greg Provenzano, coming in to Tampa, Florida. So we're going to be packing out that event. If you're in Florida, you want to get everybody you possibly can there, because that's going to be the setup for massive, massive vision and get everyone jacked up and fired up. 2 weeks after that, we've got Aaron Burt with Mr. Mike Kane coming into town. So it's going to be a 1-2 knockout. We got Mr. Provenzano, and we got Mr. Burt and Mr. Kane, and then 2 weeks after that, we got the Charlotte International Convention. So the strategy is real simple. We're building a wave. Every single wave was once just a drop of water, right, in the ocean. So your wave begins right now. Today's the end of the month. Make a decision to close out massive business. Make a decision to pack out your schedule. Make a decision to have closing conversations that will lead to people making a decision either to become a customer or an IBO, because that will begin that wave process. So going into the remainder of February, going into Charlotte, you can then use Charlotte as a catalyst to explode your momentum for the rest of the year. Trust me when I tell you, guys, this is going to be the biggest year. This is the year of all years, and every single person who's on this feed right now, regardless of what you've been doing up until now, regardless of the level of success you've had or haven't had, it is absolutely irrelevant, because all that matters is what you do from today forward by making a decision to go beast mode. So with that, guys, I hope you got some value out of my little quick live feed. Hope you guys close out the month strong. I look forward to seeing everybody this weekend in Tampa with Mr. Provenzano, or with Mr. Burt, or in Charlotte. Take care and God bless.